When you watch this video, you will have found the 5 systems that are essential for you to find control and success in your 20s. And this isn't the typical wake up at 5 a.m. and just grind it out nonsense. This is actually based on psychology, my experience with it, and 5 systems that will make you win. So just to get straight into it, because you want the information, what are these 5 systems you can build to be, without any effort, successful in your 20s? The first one is the attention window. You have a certain amount of focus, or dopamine if you will, in a day. And by you waking up and scrolling, you will decrease this dopamine. And therefore, when you have less available dopamine, it's difficult to focus and be motivated. So really, your day is decided before noon, because the attention is a limited resource. Successful morning is successful day. Unsuccessful morning is unsuccessful day. So when you just put in the effort to have a successful morning, only a successful morning, most of the time the rest of your day will be taken care of. My biggest hack, which you can't probably use every day, is to have a phone locker. There's these lockers online, maybe $50. You can just put your phone in, or cigarettes, or whatever you want to abstain from, and you decide the timer. So what I do typically, when I, for example, go to bed at 12 midnight, then I set a timer for, let's say, I sleep 8 hours and I add 2 or 3 hours. So 10 or 11 hours, which means the first 2 hours or 3 hours of the day, I won't be able to touch my phone. And sometimes I just take this into my bag because I have to have it later at work, for example. But when I do this, these are my most successful mornings and days. This morning, I wasn't able to touch my phone, and therefore I made this video for you. So a lot of people, they think they fail because they set not enough goals, they're not motivated enough. So the pursuit side. But actually what people forget is the reward side. We are humans, we like to enjoy life, so we all need to have a good and stable reward system. So how are you rewarding yourself after a good day? Is this by alcohol? Is this by other intoxicating substances? Or do you reward yourself, for example, by going to a sauna, having a call with a loved one? Probably the biggest thing to sabotage you is if you intoxicate yourself frequently. Not because it's not fun. Like, obviously, drinking with friends can be fun. It destabilizes your mood, your sleep. And specifically next day, you're out of your routine. You need to find the energy, find the motivation again, and it keeps you out of the productivity loop. It resets your habits in a bad way. And in my opinion, that's just not worth it. The third one has to do with direction. Without direction, there are no goal-oriented behaviors, and therefore you won't achieve what you want to achieve because you're not clear on what you want to achieve. And I'll say that this system has to do with experimenting. If you don't experiment with what you might enjoy, what you might find meaningful in life, it might be conceptual. You might think, yeah, maybe I like this, maybe I like that. But my experience, I did a lot of unpaid internships in different psychological branches. For example, I really thought behavioral psychology would be interesting, and therefore, using marketing or whatever to influence people. I thought it was so interesting. And then I started doing an internship or a commission in these things, and I noticed that I really didn't like it, actually. Which can be interpreted as bad, but I just crossed that off the board and focused on other things. And I did a coaching internship, I did an assessment internship, I did things with personal development. And through this experience, I noticed I actually really like this. I don't really like this. So maybe you have to be unpaid. I walked into most of these companies saying, like, I'm really I'm really motivated. I'm really interested in this subject, which was true. I just want to learn. I can do it for free. I can help you wherever needed. And usually this internship 4 days a week, 2 days I was working on a project for them. And the other 2 days I was just learning, observing, taking everything in. And in the end, I knew if this was something for me. The fourth one to be effective in your 20s is to see it as more of a marathon. I said that before. You have to be consistent. You don't have to work every day for 10 hours because you will get unmotivated. You will self-sabotage because working that much is just not fun. You have to build it up slowly. 1 hour every day. To the gym, for example, don't go 3 hours to compensate for everything. That's all or nothing thinking. And this will make you hate the activity. I don't like to go to the gym 3 hours. After I would probably hate it. I would probably don't go. But if I go I first went already 45 minutes. Now I go usually 1.5 hours. That's only because I built it up. If I started going 1.5 hours in the beginning, I would hate it and I wouldn't be consistent. So this all or nothing thinking, or this feeling bad, I did something bad, I didn't work on something, and now I need to compensate. No. Just focus on the routine, on the small steps. You only have so much focus and attention in a day. So if you think that you can just work 10 hours straight, maybe later, not now. First work 1 hour, 2 hours at most, and be happy with that. And just do that consistently. So know what consistency is for you, and don't fantasize about too much effort that you can't handle yet. If you'll be consistent, it's like building the muscle, the focus muscle, the training muscle, every muscle in life. It's like a habit. It will compound. First is difficult. It will get easier and easier. And the fifth system, you're probably curious what the fifth system is. It's about planning. If you start planning tomorrow, whatever the day might be for you, tonight, your brain will be primed for that day. So before you go to sleep or in the evening, write down what you want to do in the morning. So the morning usually is 3 hours where you can be productive. What do you want to focus on? Is it that reading that paper? Is it that calling that person? Is that finishing that project? Is that for you maybe most important thing for you right now is getting in shape, going to the gym? Do that. And the rest of the day, don't be hard on yourself. Focus on that productive morning. And the rest of the day is bonus. So most of these discipline problems are actually planning problems. If you wake up and your brain isn't primed to what to do, it just grabs your phone because there's no easier thing to do at that moment and no higher order goal you have. But if you know yesterday you planned when I wake up, I will sit behind my desk and call this person or finish this project. You'll wake up knowing and being ready and you're primed for it. And then you'll just execute. It's like you already done it. You already visualized it and your brain is primed. So focusing on stable mornings, stabilizing your reward system, experimenting with things you like via internships or whatever, being consistent and not think in all or nothing, and plan your tomorrow tonight. If this video was of help to you, I also made this video about avoiding mediocrity, being mediocre in your 20s. So click that one right now.